tonight, Catherine Series disagrees with the recommendation for women to carry pepper spray for protection. 2 bikers injured in a Miku accident, and Grand Riviere drivers say had it not been for their cries over the media, the road would not have been fixed in a timely manner. The details of these stories and more coming up.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News with Lovely and Amy Joseph.
Good night. It is Friday, the 11th of December, 2020. Welcome to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. I'm Lovely St. Amy Joseph. Thank you for joining us. St. Lucia's top cop sided with Trinidad's police commissioner by saying that women should be allowed to carry pepper spray to protect themselves. Women's advocate and president of Raise Your Voice St. Lucia, Catherine Series, says women need more than that and that the issue of violence against women needs to be nipped in the bud. Genevieve Gonzague begins our reporting.
Speaking against the backdrop of both St. Lucia and Trinidad and Tobago's police commissioners agreeing that women should carry pepper spray to protect themselves from crime, women's advocate and president of Raise Your Voice St. Lucia, Catherine Series, says she does not believe that women carrying pepper spray will reduce the incidence of women being victims to violence and crime. Series believes other options should be explored.
I think women have been protecting themselves all along. And so when women get pepper spray and the criminals decide to get pepper spray, so which pepper spray is more peppery? I don't know. This is not something that I feel should be. If something should be given to women to protect themselves, it should be a taser. And the taser, because the taser, you don't really have to aim at eyes or anywhere. You can aim anywhere to paralyze the person. I think that is a better option. But I think pepper spray doesn't have much effect, especially if the person know the pepper spray coming, or if all criminals rapists decide to get in a pepper spray, what they're doing. So I think taser is a better option, but the best option is to apply for a gun.
She says there needs to be education campaigns on gender-based violence for both men and women.
I think what we should work on is work on public education and awareness so men know they're not supposed to attack women. Let the government amend the syllabus for schools and make it more practical. Make it so that they understand consent and they understand rights of people, and then they understand their rights and their responsibilities. Let them make the syllabus more practical.
The activist expressed that without proper structures in place, there will never be any difference or changes. Therefore, the policymakers need to step up if they would like to see a stop to violence, whether gender-based or not.
That we have a lot of legislation. The legislation are not being enforced. They don't have regulations. Some don't have regulation. Some agencies does not have the capacity. The government of St. Lucia needs to get serious about protecting women from gender-based violence. Before we can start talking about legislation, they need to have a plan. They don't have a plan.
Tilly says, coming out of the 16 days of activism to help stop violence against women, St. Lucia still has a long way to go before there can be significant changes to gender-based violence. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
Women continue to be victim to gender-based violence. Now, given the arguments for women to be able to carry pepper spray to protect themselves, we took to the streets to hear from you what you think of the proposal.
Let's find out where the public stands on the conversation that women should be allowed to carry pepper spray to protect themselves from assault.
That's an obvious answer. Of course, women should carry the pepper spray. They should carry everything that could protect them, even a gun to a licensed firearm.
Because they're stronger than you. That's the only defense you have. You know? They're stronger than you. Okay? So in order to defend yourself, you must use something.
Of course they should, to defend themselves, because you never know when the attack will be on you.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to allow women, and not only women, because the gender-based violence goes around the body, you know. People get themselves in various situations, and I think, you know, self-defense, you know, the pepper spray, it could help them, you know, get out of their situation until they can get help.
I personally believe that, yes, on a short term, yes, that should be legislated. But then on the same token, we always know that the important thing is to fix the root cause of this problem. And we know in the Caribbean right now, there's a lot of family life breakdown, and they should have education and workshops to help parenting, so parent can produce better kids, so kids could understand how to deal with disputes in a better way. But on a short term, yes, they should have some protective measure in place to cover the females.
Yes, to some extent, if they're being bothered, then yes, they need to have something to protect themselves. But then you might have ladies out there who would want to abuse having a pepper spray because a fella sometimes just say hi in a nice way and they feel as if they want to be offended for that. Because too many times fellas just saying hi to a girl and they act as if you're asking them for the whole world instead of just saying hi again, you know. So some of them will abuse that, but however, it's good for it to happen if they will utilize it the right way.
Those were some rather interesting responses. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
On Friday, the 11th of December, the Ministry of Health received a batch of 163 test results, all of which were negative. To date, St. Lucia has done a total of 17,231 COVID-19 tests in country. The Ministry of Health says it is pleased to announce 3 COVID-19 recoveries today, Friday, the 11th of December, bringing the new total number of active cases currently in country to 83. St. Lucia has recorded a total of 187 recoveries. It is important that everyone remains alert and follows the protocols issued by the government of St. Lucia. Practice daily infection and prevention control guidelines to reduce the spread of the virus. This can be done by washing and sanitizing hands often during the day. Wear a mask every time in public and ensure it covers both your mouth and nose. Maintain a distance of 6 feet from others, which is about 2 arms length apart. Sanitize frequently touched surfaces using a bleach solution. Avoid contact with other people who have flu-like symptoms. If you are experiencing flu-like symptoms, keep away from others and seek medical care immediately at the closest community respiratory clinic. This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Stay with us. There's much more coming up after the break.